Um, alam mo, isa sa mga struggles, kasi ako naman, the longest I ever spent abroad away from my
Mm.
family was when
Mhm.
I did volunteer work in Glasgow,
Mhm.
Scotland in 2009. I just spent 3 months there, and then nangyari yung ondoy.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I wanted to jump. If it was possible to jump from Glasgow to Tandang Sora in the Philippines, I would have. So
Mm.
this is still part of the yung question. No, this is the next question, no? Parang migrant workers pursue this
Mhm.
option to work abroad for their children, their parents, and their dreams.
Mm.
No? So, narinig ko to dun sa graduating batch sa test the school ni Madam Belen sa Pampanga eh. So, there was a graduating class of women who finished their course to become domestic helpers in the UK. And then when she asked them one by one, why are you doing this? Why are you going to work abroad? They all
Yeah.
either said children, parents, and dreams. Doon lang, wala nga nagsabi ng asawa eh.
Aww.
Pero Miss Sharon ang pinoint out ni Madam. So okay, sila ang strength ninyo, pero sila rin ang weakness ninyo. So she was kind of, helping them to anticipate homesickness, 'di ba? Or so part of this question, how do you manage, Miss Sharon, this past 20 years and into the future when there is illness here in the Philippines in your family, right? Or merong calamity, or
Mhm.
ibang mga problema, other issues na kinuwento sa'yo, 'di ba? Siyempre,
Mm. Of course, yeah.
we see as a pillar because of your success, right? And you all the help you've ever extended to the rest of your family. How do you
Mm.
manage po pag ganun?
Just in case na merong mga calamities, like sickness or anything, unforeseen circumstances that you will encounter.
Mhm.
So I just try to maintain my composure and be calm. And you need to prioritize things one by one and think, because if you just juggle your brain for lots of things, because when problem comes,
Mhm.
it it will build up one by one if you don't solve number one problem first. So I think
Mhm.
you need to prioritize things first. There was a time that really, it's unavoidable that um, you cannot avoid not to be emotional. But
Mhm.
at the same time, that's what I do. I always, I think it's probably this is me. I always think first before I act, and
Mhm.
what will be the prioritization is always there. I need to prioritize things, which one that I need to do first before I do the other one.
Mhm.
In terms of my siblings or my parents, when they become ill, of course, it's difficult. All I need to do is just call them, making sure just is this really good right now, because there's a video call and follow-ups. And the good thing is they're asking whether this medication is okay for mom, or whether this medication is okay for this. I said no, that's not. That's not okay. So I just ask for advice. So the good thing is the communication is always there, and the video call is always there, just like talking to me, like face to face.
Right.
Yeah, it is as difficult, but yeah, you just need to be calm and maintain your composure. Otherwise, you won't be able to achieve your task. You won't be able to solve the problem.
Right. I agree with that definitely. When you stay calm, that's the best way for you to see the situation
Yeah,
clearly. You step back and you're able to think of
of
solutions.
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that already gives us parang that's a good lead to the next question, because we're asking in the next question, how do you stay mentally and emotionally strong? But
yeah.
what we want is for you to please share practical tips with other migrant workers, especially those who are watching who are probably on their first month abroad. Kunwari, ma'am, yung
Yes.
bagong-bago, di ba? Ano yung mga tips nyo, please, so they can be mentally and emotionally strong?
Yes. So the first tip I could give, because the first time, my first 3 months here, I was really homesick, but I didn't beat myself, because if you beat yourself, that's it. You're gonna lose. So the first thing I do is on my day off. when I am not at work, I travel everywhere. It's not only just only in the UK, I just discover things that make my mind occupied. And those are the things that I did when I on my first 3 months up to 6 months. And also because of the accent, it's so difficult for to them to understand, even though the bus driver. But now, but now I am adapting it. I think. Um, it is so difficult. What I did, I bought this Oxford dictionary that I can
Mhm.
see, and then I can read little by little what is the meaning of this difficult things that you need to know. So that's what I did. I managed to travel. I managed to make myself occupied. It's just good for your really good for your mental health. It is not good just to cry on your day off thinking about your family back home. They're fine. They'll be okay in times. Making sure, because if you're sad, they'll be sad too. They will be upset too because they know that you're not okay. But if they knew that you are mentally and emotionally okay, they'll be happy for you. And then those things is will give a positive impact for both sides. So those are the things that and then when my family comes after 6 months, happy days. So yeah, initially it's a bit difficult for them to cope because my son was only 3 year old by then, and he started this education here, and then my husband managed to get the job after probably after 2 months, but luckily he's lucky to have a good job after that. Yeah, those are the tips that I can give. Travel, make yourself occupied, make friends. It doesn't matter if it's not Filipinos. I got loads of friends here, different nationalities, and also people that I help with to pursue their career as well. I always telling them, always reinvent yourself. You don't have to be stuck in one place that before that I'll be like this, or I'm gonna be like this forever. No, you don't. It's just literally explore. You need to explore, and also different nationalities, you learn things from them as well. So that's what I
Right.
did.
Yeah, I mean, working abroad, so you're making money, and that's also an opportunity to see parts of the world that
Mm-hmm,
you never got the chance to see
mm-hmm,
before, right?
mm-hmm.
So, speaking of that, what is your advice to Filipinos who are currently in the Philippines, who are probably watching this and they are dreaming of a better life abroad?
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is, Miss Sharon, they don't know if it's easy, is it hard? They think it's easy because when they watch, movies featuring, di ba, mga love story between migrant workers, parang romantic no? Pero
Yeah, I know.
real
Yes.
life is not di ba? The movies are so different from real life. So,
Mm-hmm.
deciding what factors should they consider?
Well, my first advice would be brave and bold. Um, the journey is not easy. It's not easy, I can tell you. You have to make tons of sacrifices, as I mentioned before. People can only see the tip of the iceberg, but underneath they won't see it. They can
Mm-hmm.
only see, oh, I got money, I have this travel, I have this, but the sacrifices underneath, sleepless nights, rejection in the career as well. I wouldn't say my career is perfect. I got pure rejection as well, especially in the interviews when I didn't get the job initially.
Mm-hmm.
But I never stop. I never stop. I never stop. Because when you have a goal, you have to pursue it. You have, but don't think that going abroad is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Going abroad, making sure that you have a specific goal, making sure that you are is mentally you're sure what you're doing, and the number one thing is make sure that you're happy with your job, because if you're not happy, you won't be able to you won't be able to perform your career, and you won't be able to pursue it, you won't be able to push it. So yeah, that is my advice for the our OFW. Just just be brave and bold. Don't stop believing, and always believe in yourself, be the
Mhm.
best version of yourself.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Sharon. I guess just by sharing your story, that's already, without giving advice, it's already an example of what could happen if they are brave and bold. No, just yung everything you've ever shared from the beginning. Okay. So next naman, let's speak to the other migrant workers. Kasi syempre, this series of successful OFW stories are not meant to just speak to OFWs, to be
Mm-hmm.
seen by OFWs in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Baka merong nasa Canada, merong nasa Middle East, di ba,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sharon, or other countries.
Mm-hmm.
They could also be in healthcare or they could be domestic helpers, they could be car
Yes.
mechanics, whichever ano. Kasi Filipinos naman, we are everywhere. Eh. We can do so many different jobs, no?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pero baka merong mga iba na hindi kasing brave and bold nyo, Miss Sharon, na feeling nila, okay na to, hanggang dito na lang ako, no? Hindi natin minamaliit ang pagiging domestic helper, pero alam din po natin na marami sa mga nagiging domestic helper ay teacher. For example lang, ma'am, may alam akong ganong kwento. Teacher sa Philippines, pagpunta sa abroad, nag-domestic helper muna or nag-au pair, 'di ba? Nag-nanny muna. So para sa mga ganon na parang, hindi, baka hanggang dito na lang ako. 'Di ba? So that's one
Mm.
advice nyo.
Okay.
Pangalawa, hindi ko 'to alam ma'am kung totoo, pero rinig ko lang na yung mga Pinoy kasi, 'di ba, we're so social na sometimes we get along and then sometimes we don't get along. Within the Filipino community ha,
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure. Okay. So, dalawa yung bibigyan natin na advice. Una muna ma'am, yung mga mahina ang loob. Hanggang dito na lang ako
Okay.
at ako magpo-pursue ng higher learning, 'di ba? Pangalawa, yung mga Pinoy na yung mga OFWs po na nag-aaway-away, 'di ba? Parang kausapin po natin sila.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing I can do, I can tell you,
Aha.
um, the first thing I can tell you, motivation, um, negativity beats motivations. So if you're a negative thinker, that's it. It
Mm.
was you will spread negativity for your whole entire system. So, yung masasabi ko dun sa mga tao na sinasabi nila hanggang dito na lang sila. Actually, I have a different experience. So, two of my colleague, they used to be a healthcare assistant. And then they approached me, Sha, how did you manage to become a nurse? I
Mm.
said, this is what I did. You know
Mm.
what? They are nurses now. I
Oh.
pursued them, encouraged them. I said, don't worry about the struggles. Don't worry about things that you will encounter in your journey. You will get through it if you are happy with your job and you're happy to pursue your career. And if you have motivation to do it, my goodness, no matter what, if you're destined to be a nurse, you will be a nurse. So right
Mm.
now, they are working as a nurse in the NHS. One of them is in the community, and the other one is in the surgical ward. They are both Filipinos.
Wow.
They're both Filipinos,
Wow.
and the other one is she used to be my student.
Mm.
Um, she's white.
Mm.
Pilipa, her name is. We became good friends as well,
Mm.
and she used me as an inspiration to to become a nurse. She's now qualified mental health nurse. So
Wow.
a few people that I help with, because I don't. I always telling them that it's a sure decision in the end that if you want to be on that position, if you're happy with that, yes, it is your choice. However,
Mm.
there are room for improvements.
Mm.
If you're really happy to if if you want to be more successful in life and to
Mm.
pursue your career, no matter what, you will get there.
Mm.
And para naman dun sa mga nag-aaway-away, what can I say? I am a type of person that I don't normally attend the parties because I have a strong bond with my family. I have few circle of friends that is in the photos that
Mhm.
they're Bison girls as well.
Mhm.
Nancy, Vilma, and Chona,
Mhm.
and they're really good friends, and we've friends here for nearly 20 years now. We're still keep in touch, and every week we make sure that we go out together,
Right.
have a coffee or tea, something like that. But I think for me, yung away-away nagsisimula sa malaking party. That's why, no. So that's the reason why I don't attend the big party. So, yung away-away na yan, parang inggitan, "Uy, ako may ganito, bumili akong ganyan, bumili akong ganito." There's no need for that. It's just like
Mhm.
being kid. Just you just show to people that you're not grown enough to think about those kind of thing. So, ang masasabi ko siguro, ang wag as a Pilipino, wag tanggalin na natin yung mentality na mas lamang ako sa'yo, mas
Mhm.
lamang ako kasi mas ganito ako, eh. Yun din kasi, they always telling me, they're asking me, "Sharon, you're already in that position, you're already, ahead of the nurses. Why you still mingle with us?" I said, "Oh, there's no reason not. Bakit?
Mhm.
Anong rason?" Sabi ko, "I'm still the same. I'm still the same person. I'm still the same Sharon that you know before. So it's just the change of career. It doesn't mean that I have to go and mingle with the other top boss there. But of course not. It's just I prepared to because I feel how they feel because I started with my humble beginning. So
Right.
that's what I said.
So sa party pala. So dapat kung join po ng party, dapat we go to make peace or 'di ba, with
Exactly.
mindset na it's about good vibes, tayo na lang yung
Yeah,
dito, abroad, 'di ba? At sino-sino pa ba yung magtutulungan, tayo-tayo.
exactly. But not all, Miss Kai, ha? Not
Ah,
all. Kasi ang marami naman talaga dito nag-u-unite. Nag-u-unite naman talaga, especially pagka times ng kagipitan. I would say pagdating sa ganyang panahon, ang mga Filipino, we unite. Meron lang tayong small things, small percentage na negative about like tulad niya crab mentality, inggitan and sort of things. But I think all of them, if we're going to think about positive things in life and how to improve yourself and to make it better, I think mawawala yung ganong traits natin. But in general, Filipinos are so good. Filipinos are helpful, loving, caring, thoughtful. And pagdating sa isang Pilipino lang na nalalaman nila na may gano'ng sitwasyon, tutulungan talaga. The bayanihan is still there. I've witnessed that.
yeah. Well, Sharon, no human is perfect,
Of
right? No
course,
culture is perfect.
of
So
course.
what's important is we're aware of the negative parts
Mm,
of our culture, but we work harder about the positive side,
of
right?
course.
The
Yeah.
bayanihan, like you said. Nako, ramdam na ramdam din namin yan dito sa TayoTayo.Health, no?
Mhm,
Nagtutulungan
mhm.
kami.
Tutulungan.
So before we go to our last question, I wanna take a quote from the Harvard International Review that published this last August 11th. The
Mhm.
title of their article, Overseas Filipino Workers, the Modern Day Heroes of the Philippines. So, matagal na nating naririnig yung salita na bayani ang ating mga OFWs. Well, kung matagal na, ibig sabihin, all these years, they remain our modern day heroes. So,
Mhm.
sabi dito, ma'am, kasi si President Cory Aquino yung nag-coin ng phrase na bagong bayani noong 1988. So, this is very recent, no? August lang this year.
Mm.
I quote, OFWs are the country's modern day heroes because they not only boost the Philippines' economy through remittances but are figures of resilience. OFWs endure homesickness, personal sacrifices,
Mhm.
horrible working conditions in
Mhm.
order to support their families
True.
back home. So we have data from the PSA noong September 2021. We have an estimate of about 1.83 million OFWs as of September 2021, syempre nag-pandemic, ma'am, di ba? So, nagsara
Mm.
yung borders. Ngayong 2023, I'm sure, I mean, dadami na ulit, no? Ang request lang ni Madam Belen sa Bison Management, make sure your recruiter is licensed by the POEA. Yun po, wag po tayo magpapaloko. Pero on to the last question, Ms. Sharon. Thank you so much for spending a big chunk of your Saturday morning with
That's
us.
okay.
Ma'am, what is your message to Filipinos in the country right now? Um, the economy in the Philippines is benefiting because of the OFWs, but I guess post-pandemic, there are a lot of people who are still struggling, and of course,
Mm.
inflation cannot be avoided, right?
Mhm.
But we feel the data shows that the economy is benefiting from the OFWs. So, ano po ang message ninyo sa kanila, sa amin, na nandito habang tayo po ay nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa?
Okay. So first thing na message ko po, sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan is, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng suporta at in the other way around, just be thankful for the all OFWs for, benefiting all of this. And kami po dito sa ibang bansa, even though nakikita niyo lang po yung probably sa social media na masaya or minsan may mga kalungkutan din. So, yung word of encouragement from you, from all of our fellow Filipinos na 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 palubag ng loob namin at makakapagpasaya sa amin would be good enough for us. Yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Sharon. Alam po ninyo, na-meet ko si Miss Sharon virtually through Madam Belen mga 2 weeks ago, no, ma'am?
Yeah.
And a week ago, we were supposed to record this podcast a week ago. And I really told Miss Sharon, I feel so honored to know you, and I'm going to repeat it here on the record.
Me too.
Not just as a Filipino, but as a woman.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? Parang,
Girl
gosh,
power.
exactly, we run the world,
Yeah.
Sharon. So, that concludes this episode of KaiZEN, the Kai Magsanoc podcast, featuring Miss Sharon Pelicia, a nurse practitioner in the UK, in partnership with Bison Management Corporation. Thank you again, Miss Sharon. To everyone who's been supporting KaiZEN, thank you so much. We're going to see you in the next episode. Let us know through messaging the Facebook page of TayoTayo.Health. Baka meron po kayong gustong topics na i-feature namin o mga personalities, mga healthcare heroes. Ayan, na-inspire ako ng salitang bayani pertaining to our OFWs. Why don't we look for healthcare heroes? Kasi tayo nga naman ay TayoTayo.Health. So until then, thank you guys for all your support. This has been your host, Kai Magsanoc. Thank you and be well.